Hey guys, I am in class right now, but I'm going to record for what's going on for your class. So let's look. You have this bell ringer that is posted, and it was to write a short story for how theater was started. So you guys keep doing what you're doing. You got time. How did it move from groups dancing and singing to one or more people speaking as actors? If you did the Who is Thespis writing, then you know this already, okay? So you should be able to write about that. If you didn't, then you're going to be very confused, and hopefully your story is entertaining. So we are talking about Greek theater. Down below, you're going to watch this Origins of Greek Drama video. It's on YouTube, and it sort of goes through just a crash course of where it all came from. After you watch that, I want you to answer these questions. Why and how did the Greeks celebrate theater? Who is Dionysus? And why would it be important for a place to have a god for the three things that Dionysus was a god over? So go ahead and take a minute to answer that. I'm talking about Theater 1, kids. I'm recording a lecture. Thanks. This is Theater 3-4. So Miguel says hello. All right. So let's go back to it. So why and how did the Greeks celebrate theater? So they celebrate theater because it was part of sort of the ritualistic worship and celebrations that they would have as a community. They believed that in order for society to function well, they needed a place to emote together. And so they did that in theater. And so it combined the whole community. Everyone got to go. Yeah, they based it on taxes. That's how they paid for it. And so, sorry if it's getting loud. They based it on taxes, and so because of who paid the taxes, they made sure that everyone was able to come and see it. So no person was ever left out of these times. So Dionysus is the god of wine, fertility, and crops. And so these three things are important, or the goddess, because fertility, is how well your family and how big your family goes. Crops is how much money, and wine is the idea of being social, right? Like taking time with each other. So they wanted to celebrate these things, and they did this. So the festival for Dionysus was where they would do theater. So there's a game that we play. It takes three people, and it's sort of like follow the leader. In a chorus, they would normally have like 3 to 6, and they would stand in triangles or diamonds, and they would move at the same time. They would speak in the same cadence. And so this game is you get other people, and it's not like follow the leader, but everyone must move at the same time with whoever the leader is. And whoever's the top of the diamond or top of the triangle, that's the person who's in control. And what we do is we shift. And anytime I say shift, we move to the left, and that person becomes the leader. And we follow them, and we try not to lose our movement. And they add a new movement in. So we hear the term tragedy in Greek theater. So what does tragedy mean? Well, it literally means goat song, right? So the reason it means goat song is it was named because they would sacrifice goats before they would watch theater. This was an act of worship, and so they would bring their goats in. They would sacrifice them before a show. So where would they sacrifice them? Well, in this place, the place where they were watching theater. So this is what a Greek theater sort of was set up as in the beginning. And so you had a pit here for the orchestra. This is where the chorus would sing songs and do their odes, and the odes are like poems. You had the theatron, which is where people would sit and watch. You had the parados, and that was where people would exit and enter, the chorus would, for the performance. And this is the skene, and that is the place where people would rest. So if you need to know those terms, here they are. So theatron literally means the singing place. It's where the audience would sit. Orchestra literally means the dancing place. It's where the chorus would dance and perform their odes. Parados is literally, or it doesn't have a literal meaning, but what it was the entrance on the sides of the skene. Skene, proskenion, where the chorus would enter. Oh, sorry. And then skene is the tiring house. This is where actors would rest between scenes. So now we're gonna play a game that we do in class called Almighty Oracle, and basically we strike pose as if we're a statue of a god, and we're gonna ask a question and answer as the gods would answer, one at a time. Each person can only say one word. We have to create actual sentences. So can theater help today? Can Greek theater help today? So the cool thing is a lot of what we do in theater today is still resembling what they did thousands of years ago. And so uh, this guy is Brian Doris, and he actually takes Greek theater and he performs it. He started by performing it for people who had PTSD coming back from war, and then he sort of went to the armed forces and does Greek shows because Greek theater was written to a community that was war torn, that knew about battle, that knew about these things, and he takes it to him, and now he takes it to different social issues. So you're going to watch this clip below because he took it to Ferguson, Missouri. If you don't know what happened in Ferguson, Missouri, there was a tragedy that happened of a young man who was shot and killed, and it there's a lot of social and racial things tied to this, but I think it's important for us to engage with that and sort of see what theater can do, and that's what he does in this. So I want you to watch that below. So for your exercise, now it says for a group of 3, but you're not going to be able to do it for a group of 3. You're going to have to do it by yourself. You are going to memorize this and film yourself saying it, but it's going to have movement. You can't just sit and do this one, okay? You have to get up and move with it. So you're going to memorize, you're going to add movement, and then you're going to record it and upload it. And then you're going to answer these questions. And next week, we are going to build our own mini Greek theaters. So I want you to go ahead and be gathering stuff. Try to find found items. It doesn't have to be new stuff. You have to go to the store, see what you can find. Icicle. There's no such thing as icicle stick. Popsicle. All right. So go ahead and start getting that. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.